What is going on, guys? James Merlaut here, back again with yet another video. And welcome to my office. So in this video we are actually going to go into detail about all of this daily sell limit and dirty dupe, clean dupe business, okay? So this all started about nearly a week ago now, where I decided to do a bit of a skit video sort of thing, where I decided to purposefully hit the daily sell limit, just as a bit of a joke. But after uploading that, I started getting bombarded in the comment section asking me questions about the daily sell limit, because a lot of you guys did the catching out duplication glitch without knowing you guys needed custom plates in order to be able to sell a lot more safely in terms of the duplications that you guys got from it. So that's what we're pretty much going to go over in today's video, amongst a few other things. So to start off the video, we are going to do this in certain subjects, okay? And the first subject is the daily sell limit. Give me a sec. The daily sell limit. Give me a moment, will you? George, how many times do I have to tell you? Okay? When I point, okay, put the speech up there, like the text, okay? Put the text up there, okay? Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the daily sell limit. There we go. Alright, so the first thing you guys are going to need to know about the daily sell limit is what it is exactly. So what the daily sell limit is basically an implementation in the dupe detection program algorithm that Rockstar has. And basically what it is, it prevents you from being able to sell any more vehicles for a period of time. Now, it acts as a sort of, how do we say, a timeout, essentially. So it knows, when you get the daily sell limit, it means that the game knows that you're selling duplications, okay? And it's punishing you, or rather you're selling too much, so the game is punishing you. And basically, usually the daily sell limit will only stay there for a day, okay? Before you're allowed to actually sell again. And I mean a day in real life, not a day in game, okay? And then it allows you to sell again, but you will find that you will only be allowed to sell 1 or 2 duplicates again before hitting the daily sell limit. So the only way to actually get out of it entirely, so that you guys can continue to reliably sell vehicles yet again, is to be patient, okay? That's literally the only thing you guys can do at this point. So basically, all you guys need to do is be patient. Now, I will say, as a staple, okay, so there's a few things that can go into it and everything, but overall for everyone, I will say this: if you guys hit the daily sell limit, I recommend doing this right now. And the first is to wait 2 weeks, okay? So the first thing you guys want to do is wait 2 weeks and don't sell a single vehicle in those 2 weeks, okay? Maybe take a break from GTA in general, so you're not tempted or anything like that. You know, play one of your other games maybe, or just don't sell a vehicle for 2 weeks, okay? And then after you guys sell a vehicle for wait without selling a vehicle for 2 weeks, I recommend that you guys don't immediately get back to selling how you guys normally would. What I recommend doing is actually weaning yourself back onto selling vehicles yet again. So I would say start off with selling 2 vehicles a day, maybe 2 or 3 hours apart, and then do that for a few days, and then move it up to 4 vehicles a day, 2 hours apart between each vehicle, and doing that for a few days as well. And then after a few days has passed, move it up to 6 vehicles a day, 1 to 2 hours apart, okay? And then after that, move it up to 8 vehicles a day, 1 to 2 hours apart, and then move it up to 8 vehicles a day, 1 hour apart. And every single one of those steps, I recommend doing like 3 days worth, okay? So do each one of those steps for 3 days before moving on to the next step, okay? And I'm pretty sure that's pretty much all I can really say. My usual guideline is 8 per day, so 24 hours, not 30 hours, 24 hours, 8 per day, and selling them 1 hour apart. So what I used to do before I hit the daily sell limit for that video was I would sell my first vehicle at about 3 p.m. and then I would sell another one at 4 p.m., then 5 p.m., then 6 p.m., then 7 p.m., you get the idea. And then when I sold my 8, I wouldn't sell a single vehicle until the next day at 3 p.m. Okay? And that's what I did for years. That's what I have done for years, whether it be on this account or on several of my older accounts. That's what I have done for years. And I have not hit the daily sell limit without actually trying to, like I did in that video the other day. And the reason why we usually wait this amount of time is, first of all, I will say, a lot of you guys are saying, can I sell one every half hour? The answer is a definite no, okay? So before the Arena Workshop actually dropped, we were able to sell vehicles over at Los Santos Customs, but we were only able to sell a vehicle every single in-game day, okay? We weren't allowed to sell 2, and 1 in-game day of GTA is 48 minutes to be exact. So technically that 8 per day, 1 per hour rule I have is technically actually 8 per day, 1 per 48 minutes. But I rounded up to 1 hour to make it easier for me to keep track of and to be a little bit safer, okay? So it's technically 48 minutes, okay? So you can actually sell it in a little bit less than an hour, but definitely not as few as half an hour, okay? So that's pretty much the DSL or the daily sell limit in a nutshell, I would say. It's more of a punishment or a timeout or anything like that Rockstar implements upon people who they suspect were duplicators or cheaters or anything like that. Now you can still hit it by selling vehicles that you did normally obtain, like you bought from the sites. You can still hit it. It's just normally normal players wouldn't sell that many vehicles at once normally. Now the next thing that you guys are going to want to know is the difference between clean dupes and dirty dupes, okay? So dirty dupes and clean dupes are very much the same except for one thing, which is the license plate, okay? Now that's the aesthetic part of it, okay? Now every vehicle in the game, just about, there's a few exceptions, has a license plate, okay? If your vehicle has an option to change the plate, okay, it has a license plate. Even if you can't see it, it has a license plate. And if you take your vehicle into the mod shop and it has that option to change the plate, it has a license plate, even if you can't see it. I can't stress that enough. Like, you guys already know that a few people have asked me about that in the comments. But anyway, the license plate is essentially a tie code, okay? So basically, the license plate ties the vehicle in question with the license plate to your actual character's account, allowing it to be registered as your own personal vehicle. Now, usually cars come in with default plates, okay? You will find that a lot. Vehicles come in with default plates, all right, with random numbers and all that kind of jazz. But if you guys actually take a look at a bunch of your vehicles that have default plates, you will notice something about them. Every single plate is different, and there's a good reason for that. You are not allowed to have more than one of the same plate in the game by default, okay? However, when it comes to dirty dupes, okay, what happens is when you guys get your elegy or sacrificial vehicle and turn it into a duplicate of the vehicle you're duplicating, it will also take on the license plate. And if your license plate on the vehicle you're duping is a default, then that means that the original vehicle and the duplicate are going to have the exact same license plate. And of course, like I already iterated before, you guys can't actually have the same license plate. Like, you can't have two vehicles with the same license plate. Even if the two vehicles are identical and you purchase them legitimately, they cannot have the same license plate. Now, the one exception to this rule is custom plates, okay? You are allowed to have every single car in all of your garages have the same custom plate, and the game reads that as normal. Now, I actually came up with an analogy for this in the comments section, and it was like this, okay? So the vehicles that you guys create with the cashing out dupe, even if you guys use custom plates, all of those dupes are still going to be technically called dirty dupes because they copy the plate over from the original vehicle onto the dupe as well. However, using custom plates is like using a disguise, okay? So say you're trying to get past security, okay? And you don't have a mask on and you're a wanted person, okay? As soon as they see you, they're gonna snatch you up. They're gonna take you away. However, having a custom plate is like having a disguise, all right? And like a mask or something. And that way they don't recognize you and let you past, okay? Now, I hope that analogy actually makes things simpler to understand in terms of how custom plates work. Now, clean dupes is the classic case where when you duplicate a vehicle, the license plate of the sacrificial vehicle will become the license plate of the duplication, okay? It won't have the same license plate as the original. I feel like I should probably mention that as well. Okay, so that is the difference between clean and dirty dupes and why you guys should use custom plates for glitches like the cashing out duplication glitch, okay? Now, in terms of another question, which is another thing that I found that you guys have been getting confused about, okay? Clean dupes and dupes with custom plates, you're not able to sell freely, okay? You can't sell as many of them as you want. They're still subject to being able to hit the DSL or the daily sell limit, okay? However, having a dirty dupe, so I sell a dirty dupe, okay? What I've just done when I've sold that dirty dupe is essentially the equivalent to selling 10 clean dupes or 10 dupes with custom plates on them all at the same time. Okay, it's sort of like that. Like, imagine you got 10 beers on the table, okay? Now, those 10 beers may have 750 mils in each one, okay? And if I drink all of them, I'm going to get pretty drunk. But then the next night, I pour 750 mils of whiskey, okay? It's just one drink, okay? It's got a tenth of the amount of liquid that I had the night before. But when I drink that, I get just as drunk, okay? So the dirty dupes is the whiskey, and the clean dupes / dupes with custom plates are the 10 beers, okay? And me getting intoxicated and blind out drunk and passing out on the floor and throwing up all over the place is hitting the daily sell limit. And just like drinking all that much, I'm going to have to spend some time away from drinking in order to recover, which is the 2 weeks away. And I literally just came up with that analogy. I hope that was a good analogy. Let me know in the comments. So I hope that's helped clear some things up for you guys. I'm sorry if this video was pretty long for you guys. I hope you guys watched the entire video. If you guys did, I thank you very much. I hope it helps you guys out a lot in terms of information. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else to say at this point. If you guys can think of anything else that I may have left out or should have mentioned, be sure to let me know down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer any and all questions. But aside from that, not really much else to say. If you haven't already, and you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. And if you enjoy my content so far, then feel free to subscribe and ring that notification bell for more videos in the future, whether they be glitch info videos or just glitch videos, teaching you guys how to do the latest duplication glitches and so on. And leave a comment down below to let me know what you think or if you have any questions. But aside from all that, you guys, there isn't really much else I can say. I have been James Merlaut, and signing off. Auf Wiedersehen.